And now back to Open Mike Friday with Mike Spence and Butter.
We're back with part 2, Open Mike Friday. It's pretty casual, as you can tell, with Butter coming out and taking a nap. That's not that much pressure, is it, Ciro?
Did a great job.
You've been under a lot more pressure than that, I'm sure. It's easy work. Can you imagine doing this for a living?
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And Ciro had asked when he first came on whether or not this worked, and obviously it does. That's something for Butter to chew on. It's kind of cheesy. We have the dog and the microphone
Sure.
and the wheel. You know, my kids love it. They just think it's,
Sure.
it's great. But we have to keep that original theme going. Who could do it without Butter? It was great to have her on vacation. I have to tell you that
I'm going to want her autograph after the show.
the activity that she brings every morning, energy level, just really remarkable. It was fun to have her up there at Placis. We were talking about the fair and a lot of your activities, having been on the board and all that with the fair. But I know that you were just recognized not only by the fair group, but you were recognized by the state of California. Did you receive an award? I saw that you had received an award lately. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
The fair board chose to induct me into the Hall of Fame for the Amador County Fair, which is a great honor for me. And I received a nice award from the fair for Hall of Fame, and there was also recognition from the Congressional office and also a Assembly Senate resolution that Frank
nice.
Bigelow presented and everything. So it was an honor, and I really appreciated it.
It's great to be recognized because that's not just for a year's worth of work. That's for a lifetime's achievement.
And by your peers, it
Right.
really means something. And I was also able to go in with a very good friend of mine, Chuck Simmons. He was also inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it was a special night for me.
Yeah, and it didn't sound like there were a lot of people in that Hall of Fame. I mean, you and Chuck might be the only two. I mean, how many people are in the Hall of Fame?
I'm not sure how many, but I think it's less than 10.
That's a tough, that's a good one. I have to congratulate you for that. That's a great recognition. It's great to be recognized for your work. And, obviously you've been doing the surveying work throughout the county, and you have your son, Matt, who had worked for me. I had mentioned he did a little bit of work for me a few years back, and that's probably as good as being in the Hall of Fame, to have raised a son like Matt.
It is. I'm very fortunate that Matt's pretty well taken over the day-to-day operation of the business now, but I'm also fortunate that my daughter, Gina, works with the company, and I get to see her every day. She's a CAD draftsman and stuff, so I get to see both of my kids every day, so I'm very lucky.
That CAD is an amazing thing, what you're able to do with that, and the people who have learned that, what a trade. And
it is. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I don't even get half of it, what they do, but they can do some amazing things with it.
Well, you can't make a mistake anymore. It tells you that you're, you can't put that line there.
Pretty much.
That roof's going to fall down.
Right, yeah, pretty much.
Really, it's it's like math, and having learned that skill and drafting and all
and with
that,
all of that, now everything's with GPS
Right.
and electronic measurements, and you don't even use the old steel tape and transit.
Right. Yeah, I had mentioned to you, Matt, he came up and fortunately, that was in the days of GPS. They had just started with the GPS because Luis Fuentes, the gentleman who sold the property to me when I moved to Amador County, thought that the property line was in one place, but it was like, a mile off. And he swore it was right at one spot. And then Matt came up with the GPS and said, no, this is where your property line was. So it was really an interesting technological change, to really be able to, sometimes you get on those mountaintops and all those trees and you can't, there's no way you're going to tell by going from marker to marker. And Matt had to work day in and day out to figure out what the deal was up there.
It's not uncommon up here in Amador County, especially in the backcountry, to find things that are a little different than what people think they are.
Yeah, and I had some friends bought more land, and they were trying to they got a little greedy from the Bay Area, you know, and they were trying to do a little something. And Matt had a real moral compass too as well. You know, we worked together on a few different projects, and you know, he not only did a great job with all the surveying, but I could tell he wasn't going to do anything that wasn't best for Amador County, and he wasn't going to let anybody get away with anything that really wasn't best for the area.
He does very well, and he's been with the company for many, many years now.
Right,
and started when I used to go out in the field. He was my chairman, and when he was in high school and in grammar school and stuff. So he's had a lot of experience and worked his way up.
Well, he wasn't just out there, you know, doing the job and getting the check and you know, doing the survey work, but he was, you know, working with people and doing the right thing.
Yeah, he's very competent. Does a very good job.
Very conscientious. Great young man. You know, we look at how we're recognized in our work and over the years, but our children really reflect, you know, our greatest achievement. And
yes,
you know,
I'm very lucky to have two great kids.
Very proud of both of them.
Grandkids. I'm actually now a great-grandfather.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. That's terrific.
Yeah, that was a sort of an eye-opener.
Yeah, and are they mostly back here in the area in Amador County?
All of them. Like I say again, I'm very fortunate. All my family lives here. We have a daughter that lives in Sacramento, but all the rest of them live here in Amador County. So I get to see them quite a bit.
That's impressive. I don't know, my kids, they talk about Amador County like they're on their way to go to El Salvador or someplace. Amador County, I'm never coming back here. No, they love it. When they do come back, they realize how beautiful it is.
Oh, it is, yeah. My wife's family actually is, I've got 5 generations here in the county. So.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we're 4 generations here, so.
Well, I had a lot of that in San Francisco, but when we moved up here, our kids kind of grew up here in high school years, and now one of them's off in college. And when he comes back, it really took till he was about 20 years of age before he realized, oh my God, Amador County is just the most beautiful place. And it's amazing how that transition happens with the kids. And
it's a great area. You have a little of everything. You go from the valley floor up to the high Sierras. You know, you got everything in between.
Yeah, and this is just an amazing area. My wife Kevin, she won the certificate this week. I'm so proud of her. But she just went onto the board for the Community College Foundation, Amador County Community College group, and you know, we're really trying to work with these young kids and trying to do as much as we can, and trying to make sure that they get off to college and junior colleges and use every resource. This community college thing with the laptops and getting those units and credits. You know, it's just great.
It's always been an issue in Amador County, especially several years ago when I went, is the educational facilities that we're lacking up here. You know, after high school, the kids just had no choice but to go someplace. Now with correspondence courses, with the computers and the laptops and everything else, you know,
that's the future.
Yeah,
that's the future, and you want them to stay in the county. You
sure.
know, they don't all have to go running off. You know, they can get college credits right over here.
Sure.
It's just a great opportunity to keep that progress moving forward, and that's a great program. I'm glad to see her get onto the board and do some more work with that. And I sit on the parent advisory committee with Dick Glock and the high school up here for Argonaut High School. I'm their parent advisor.
Great.
I mean, if I wanted to do something, it would be for these you know, young kids, and making sure that their high school experience is going in the right direction, and doing everything we can to you know, do some sort of public service in that respect.
Well, our youth are our future, that's for sure.
Do you do Rotary and all that sort of thing?
Lions.
I'm sure Lions. I knew you'd be
Italian
involved.
Benevolent Society.
I knew you'd be involved in public service. I won't even get into that. But I'm going to have Ciro Toma back, and I really appreciate you coming on the show, Ciro.
Mike, thank you very much. It's been enjoyable.
Sitting there chatting with you, and we want to make sure everybody stays tuned to more TSPN TV programming.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.